What's up, my little nightmares? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, now today we're gonna be watching the new one that even though Snarled been uploaded this one, but I haven't watched it recently. But we're gonna be watching Blood is Thicker Than Water. I guess that's what it's called. So now, and of course I'm gonna be doing 2 videos today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Oh, I look a hot mess.
Hi audience, welcome to Something Scary. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you that you can now listen to the
Sapphire,
show as a podcast
your hair
on Apple
grows.
Podcasts.
I love your hair.
Subscribe and leave us a rating by clicking the link in the description below. Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
Yes, please.
Lady Blanca. The following is inspired by a true story from Hazel. My parents split early in my life, when I was around 7 years old. Mom got to keep the house, and us along with it. My mom blamed the divorce on my grandma. Grandma was from my father's side, and she absolutely despised us. We had to take her in as she got older, but she was never grateful. She would claim to feed me and my sister, only to leave us hours without food. She was filthy, and would make us clean up after her. Worst of all, she constantly chided my father for marrying my mom. She would call us worthless, and she would tease me and my sister until we cried.
Physical abuse.
Soon, it was enough for my mom, and Dad left, thankfully with Grandma along with him. A few weeks after the divorce, my sister and I went to our backyard to play tag. It was a hot summer day, and our neighborhood was known for having stray cats. A couple of them would come by and lay under our house to seek shade from the powerful sun. Today was one of the hottest yet, but for some reason, no cats wanted to visit
Oh my
us.
god.
My sister and I went to the alley where most of the strays live, only to find the cats hissing in the direction of our house. Me and my sister tried to shrug it off as the weather, but something stopped my sister dead in her tracks. She turned to something peeking out behind the dumpster. She pointed in horror and shouted, "Sis, look, look! Oh, the poor thing." I strained my eyes. It looked like a weird red ball. Then I noticed the ears, the nose, and those bloodshot eyes. It was the head of a kitten. Someone had drilled a piece of bark straight through its skull.
The
Its
hell?
eyes remained permanently fixed, in a state of terror. My sister went to pick it up, but I swatted her hand away, and we ran straight back to our house. There, on the porch, was the rest of the kitten. Fur crusty with dried blood, missing its head. The chest of the kitten had been opened up, and someone had forcefully replaced its intestines with hot, sizzling stones. We ran, screaming in fear, knowing that this was not an accident. A couple days go by, and me and my sister tried to distract each other from the gruesome incident by watching TV. We figured it was some thug's idea of a cruel joke, and we were too afraid to get my mom involved. Something jolted us from our show. A cat's painful cry from the basement. We ran downstairs as fast as we could to find another red furry clump, unmoving. This one had its heart pulled out of its chest.
Oh.
But those terror-struck eyes from the last kitten were missing. In their place were 2 red pits. I thought the kittens would be the most
That
of
is
my worries.
sick.
At least I could distract myself with sleep, or so I thought. Sometimes I would wake up not being able to move. I was paralyzed, and my sister couldn't help.
Beware, animal lovers. Beware if you don't like watching stuff like this.
Me. In fact, she was gone. In her place was a man with sharp red eyes. He would climb onto my chest yelling, "Oh, now, never." Eventually, I'd lose my breath, and then I would wake up. The dreams were frequent. I couldn't handle
Yeah, boy, I start swiping. I'll be ducking. Shoot. Man, I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, come on. Ooh, woo.
Them anymore. I had to tell my mom. I woke up and walked over to her room. She was crying. She told me she can't find anyone to buy our small house, and no apartment in the area will accept us. She apologized for making us feel trapped. I shook my head and tried to reassure her. She asked me why I was up so late. I finally broke down, explaining the kittens my sister and I found outside, and also about the scary man from my dreams. My mom's face changed to a look of concern.
Uh-oh.
This wasn't coincidental. This was the work of black magic. Black magic is when one sells their soul to the devil to inherit the ability to curse people. Mom went into the other room and called someone who went by the name of Lady Blanca. A half hour later, a woman showed up to our house. Her outfit was strange and a bit creepy, and her fearful expression scared me even more. If she's the black magic expert, what in our house could possibly be scaring her?
Listen to me carefully. Whatever is in this house can kill you.
She walked around the house.
I feel the presence of a demon. He takes the shape of a man with red eyes.
I told her that I always see him in my room during my nightmares. She nodded and ran to my room yelling,
"You must leave this family alone."
She flipped over my bed, shouting,
I see it! I see it!
Confused, we all looked at each other. She then started to jump on my floorboards, yelling,
I need a hammer, something to lift the board, hurry!
My mom ran and gave her a hammer. She banged on the floor until the board popped up. Inside was a plain white box with Latin written on it. Lady Blanca read the Latin out loud.
Death.
She opened the box and we crowded around to see what was inside. Bundled up in the bottom were the bones of a cat.
These cat bones are a curse. Someone sacrificed this mother and her newborn kittens.
The grandmother.
In order to invite that demon into your home. I will take them with me.
Lady Blanca left the house.
I bet just the grandmother, man.
The next morning, my mother received a call. It was one of the apartment managers she applied to. It seems there was a mix-up with applications. I'm happy to inform you that we're going to take you and your family in. You can pick up your keys next Monday. I'm very sorry about the inconvenience, ma'am. Lady Blanca called a week after we got situated in our new apartment. Mom put her on speaker so we could hear that the disposal was a success and there would be no more demons haunting us.
Okay.
Lady Blanca, how could this have happened in the first place? Who would curse us?
Someone must have lived in that house previously. They must have had a comfortable life, having others take care of them, loading their issues onto other people in the house.
The grandmother.
However, this was not a good person. Whenever they left, they cursed the building to bring bad luck to anyone who lived there.
My mother froze and stared at us. I shared her look of shock and fear. The last person to leave this house was Grandma.
Okay.
Do you want more something scary? You can listen to the extended version of this episode over at Apple Podcasts.
No lie, the grandmother looks scary. How she looked, yeah. Let me see how she look. I'm like, she just like, yeah, I'll kick a bit. You're like, That one look interesting. That's the new. That's the new one. That's the one that Sapphire been uploaded, but I haven't watched that one, of course. No, not escape room.
Hi, Awnings. It's your Ate Sapphire. Welcome to Something Scary. If you want to listen to the extended version of this episode, head over to Apple Podcasts by clicking the link in the description below. Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
Yes.
Code Siren. The following is inspired by
I love that
story
shirt.
from Alex, whose father Vasil served in the Bulgarian People's Army in 1982. Vasil was 18 when he was sent for 2 years of military service, starting in 1982. He was dispatched to a border post along the defensive line between Bulgaria and Turkey. His job was border guard, and his main duty was to patrol the electrified border fence. Mostly, it was to make sure nobody left the country during a time of severe restriction of movement under the communist government. orders were to shoot on sight. No exceptions. One night, he and his best friend Ivan were patrolling the border as usual with their dog. Ivan was a far senior soldier, much larger and stronger than Vasil, with a kind of look
The
only
nose.
veteran soldiers
It
have.
just bothers me.
He
That's how my
described the
nose
night
is.
as still and cold, and the moon shone through the clear sky during the night. There was a light breeze that whistled faintly across the open plains between the two borders. All was well and normal, and their routine patrol was near their end. Much like most days, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, and the two men started to make their way back to the camp. They were almost back to base when, all of a sudden, Ivan stopped. He turned his head to the darkness. Do you hear that? Vasil stopped to listen, and his eyes widened as he heard what sounded like singing. The two men listened and listened as the singing continued, and seemingly became louder. Vasil stood still, yearning to know who was singing so beautifully. Then, their dog started to growl, softly at first, until it started barking furiously as the singing came closer and closer. Ivan grabbed Vasil. Listen to me very carefully, he said. I need you to run back to checkpoint B, get on the radio, and call for reinforcements. Tell them code siren. They'll know what you mean. What? Why? Do as I say. Do you understand? All this over some singing?
Yes,
This isn't
Daddy.
the Turks or the Americans. This is much more serious
My
than
bad.
that. Now go. By this time, the singing had become so loud it was almost unnerving, as if the source was as close as a few meters away. Vasil looked around in panic, gripping his rifle in fear and confusion. Vasil started to run. He knew that the checkpoint was less than a kilometer away and that he could make it there in a few minutes if he really ran for it. Behind him, he heard the barking and the growling of their dog change into whimpers and cries, which was followed by bursts of automatic fire that ripped through the night air. The fire sustained until he had finally reached the radio at the checkpoint. Checkpoint B to base. Checkpoint B to base. We have a situation here. Code siren. I repeat, code siren. Requesting immediate reinforcements. Over. Base checkpoint B. Reinforcements are inbound. What is your status update? Over. As the response came, the gunfire continued, followed by a scream, as if from a young woman in pain. Vasil stood petrified, his hands trembling. I don't know. My comrade is currently engaging. I don't know what's going on. He shouted into the radio, desperately hoping for some help. A cracked response from the radio came. Vasil struggled to make out the words as the gunfire continued on in the distance. Then, a man screamed, and the gunfire stopped. Total silence. As the broken message of the radio became nothing but static. Vasil began to panic, wondering whether to help Ivan or to wait for reinforcements. He stood there and listened carefully, but nothing. Only silence. And suddenly, the singing. The most beautiful sound he's ever heard in his life. Vasil jumped, shouldering his rifle and aiming into the darkness. Frantically, he aimed his rifle in different directions as the singing grew louder and louder. His breathing became faster and disjointed. His heart pounded like a drum. The singing came closer, closer, filling his eardrums until silence again. He looked around and listened, trying to see or hear anything he could.
Watch out, dude.
Then he saw it. A woman with blonde hair that glistened under the moonlight, wearing a white dress, stood no less than 300 meters in front of him.
Oh yeah, a beautiful woman just approached like in front of you, just like that. Yeah, just out of nowhere. Nobody don't know what she. Yeah, just like okay. I'm just gonna see what they gonna do next.
She was unbelievably beautiful. Vasil flinched, bending down on one knee and aiming his rifle. The woman remained still, evidently not fazed by his threats. Hey, you! Stop there or I'll shoot! No response. He wondered, why would she be here? By herself, on the border? Was she a spy? Or a defector? Maybe I should go over there and talk to her. No! He re-aimed his rifle. Her eyes glowed in the shadows like a cat's in the night. The eerie yellow hue was both terrifying and alluring. She needs my help. No, he shouted at her. Last chance. You surrender or you die.
Just shoot!
No response. He opened fire. A full magazine later, and the woman was lying on the floor, dead. He went to examine the corpse just as reinforcements turned up. But when he got up close, there was no body. No blood trails, no drag marks, nothing. Where did she go? Neither Ivan's nor the dog's bodies were ever found, either. What was found were bullet casings and Ivan's rifle left in the mud. The next morning, Vasil told his mother about what had happened. She gave him a tight hug. Do you realize how much danger you were in? You encountered a Samodiva. According to his mother, they are ancient Bulgarian nymphs that seduce men with their enticing singing voices. Once they lock them in a trance, they take them away as slaves and torture them to death. Had it not been for Ivan, you would not have lived to tell this tale. Oh, I'm so happy you're safe. Do you want more something scary?
For real,
Listen to the extended version of this episode over at Apple Podcasts.
But of course, you know, I heard about sirens, and the thing, and what's interesting is that, of course, like the fact that it can only, I think they can only attract men, because if you try to, because of a siren do with a woman, but I gotta go read it. I mean, that's all for today. That's all for today, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back. Make sure you turn on the post notification. That's if I got it on. I don't know. I'm still trying to work with these things. But yeah. Oh, and before I leave, before I end this video, I will do the oh my god, I'm already messing up. Shout out to,
Link is in the description below.
shout out to Zombie Angel, Kiki Speak / Logan, Dog Gamer, Sierra Crispin, Sharday Sneed, Kelly McCarthy, and forgive me, Kaylee C, for thank y'all for subscribing, and of course I did some people who comment, so thank you Faz, thank you Faze / Venom. No, thank you Faz _Venom. Thank you Sister Stube Animations, Nolan Laux, Lily I'm sorry. Liliwana Henderson, Liliwana Henderson, Nayla Cosmira, and this the long name, but thank you Haria / Nico / Star, Prayer Gaming / Lesta Galia for comment. Just positivity. I just want I mean, you know, cause like of course they're gonna have that one comment, one hate comment, but like, you know, I just want to be positive. I just want to make people happy, you know, make people day. Like if you're feeling sad or depressed or you just feel bored and whatever, you want something interesting, you know, that's basically why I made this channel, you know. But I ain't got nothing to do with myself, so but yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and as of now, see you later, my little nightmares. Peace.